Hello, everybody, welcome. Roses like investigate the hell, huh? Hello, everybody, welcome. Roses like investigator. So, guys, here I am again. Okay, here, here we go again. Is there a song? I think there's a song here. Sorry, I'm closing all windows to make sure that it's not nothing extra, no extra thing. It's just opening up the stuff I posted earlier today. Okay, and saw some of your comments here. All right, so just drinking a little. I might have to get more water later on. It's a hot day today, but beautiful. Oh, nice. Okay, so okay, guys. So how have you been? Okay, so I just want to comment quickly. I had said the thing about the comments, so it's still no comments. That's okay. If I think it sounds like most people also like the no comments thing. I felt so much calmer last time, and I felt like more tranquil, and I felt like it came across okay, really, okay, without it's just different times, okay. I just wanted to also, um, so it doesn't mean again. I just want to say it's not that I'm never going to do it again. I think it's a good thing to have comments when it's like special occasions from time to time, but I'll have to think about it. It's just that I think we need a break from this, especially for me, honestly, more for me, because I don't think I got to the point where it was too much, too much. I just couldn't keep up, okay, and it was distracting. And I think, guys, this time is so weird. What a weird time. Everywhere we look, this is what was amazing. Everywhere you look, when you turn, it's like this like very tense, constant information. So I feel like sometimes I felt like it transferred here too, which is like it's the environment that we're in. We're swimming in this very like rough waters, okay. So that's information. Now here I have here my friend Mary. Do I look like a Rio? Do I look like Brazana? Can I be president like Rio? No, seriously. Okay, so I have addiction sometimes. Okay, I have problems. I had ordered this book a while back. Okay, like 2 weeks ago. Whoa, or something. Whenever well, so it arrived yesterday, but I just couldn't wait. I had problems, so I had to download the thing immediately. I downloaded the audiobook. Okay, so I got today. I didn't it arrived late last night, so I picked up today. And I actually, you know what, guys? I feel like I do listen to a lot of audiobooks, but sometimes I love reading. Reading actually. Remember reading books, as opposed to Kindle and like audiobooks. It's actually very pleasant. So I listened to the whole book already. Okay, so I have a Kindle. It's a very strange Kindle. There's so I don't know why the thing doesn't have a lot of whatever you call wick. The wick is very short. So hopefully you so then look at the protection. So anyway, so I listened to the whole book, and I feel like I want to read it again. Not read it. I didn't read it. I listened to it, but I want to hear. I'm sorry. I like to read it because it's pleasant. Reading is a pleasant thing. But right off the bat, I feel like it's a very interesting. An amazing book. Okay, fascinating. A book that you could not. We have, of course, read. There's a lot of conversations about this book. A lot of people have written about Trump, but nothing compares to this. This is amazing because obviously it gives inside information about the environment that built Trump internally. You know what I mean? And then what the parents were like. I feel like in some ways it was much more about the grandfather than it was about Trump. Okay, I mean it's just that obviously like she's a clinical psychologist and it's her family, but you learn how did Trump grow up and how did everybody's life around him formed who he is today. Okay, and how the real victim here is her dad. It was very sad. The story about her dad is really very, guys, it's like a Shakespearean tragedy. Okay, it's really very terrible, the story about her dad, how he wanted to do these different things, and how Fred, Trump's father, Fred Sr., I guess you call him Fred Sr. is the dad. It was just like the horrible, horrible person. Oh my God. Almost tortured the son, like because the one who died of alcoholism, who's Mary's dad, he was a lot, I forgot how old, like much older, like 7 years or 4, like a significantly older than Trump. And he would not fit into what the father wanted him to be. And so as a result, he was like, guys, you have, read the book, but it's a really terrible story. And I feel like the way that she, I guess I heard it, so it's different. I have to read it. It's just very dry. Like the book in some ways is very like, I don't want to say she has a dry wit, and she just gets to the point. It's just really, I don't know, it's just so raw and perfect. Like it's perfect. I don't know how else to say. It's just right to the point, and she describes her experience, and basically her family and stuff like that, and her relationships within that family. And then, guys, the thing is, like, even though this is what is so, even I'm still processing the book, but I'm just saying it's really sad because I felt like up until the end she had a good relationship with Fred Sr.'s wife, the mother of Trump, right? So the woman who came from Scotland. And so, but when they all wanted to take away her inheritance, she turned against her. I'm just like, it's like a very sad, the story of how like money was everything to them, and then it destroyed the family. Like they just were so willing to do anything to step on each. It was just like it's very tragic, but it's so human, because she explains. I don't know. It's really a great book. Even if it was like a fiction book, it's like what's the worst about this book is that when you stop and think that this guy's president, that's what's worse. It's like a horror film. You realize like, oh no, this guy is the president. oh, 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 problemas maybe, no? Problemas. Problemas. So like it's really like a terrible, it's like when you stop and think, oh wait, that's the president. Oh, that's right. That's right. It's just so I don't even know what to say, guys. It really is absolutely terrible. Okay. So anyway, but that's the book, okay. And I didn't highlight any passages, okay. But that's that. I'm gonna go read it. I heard it. How I think I'm gonna read it. Not think. I will read it. But it's just okay. And guys, this is like just to say that the whole thing about it's remarkable when you in this book, how could this person become the president? This is true. He is like she's it's complicated to explain. She explains in the book, but the guy he has nothing about him suggests that he has anything to do. Like there's no real skill or value or anything that would suggest it has anything to do with becoming a president. Okay, it's just like he's sort of like a hollow shell of a person. Okay, and so even guys, the thing about him, like the whole Christian thing that he's the Christian, right? She had some interesting, funny stories about that. But like even guys, the whole thing about Trump, being like a creep. In the book, she talks about when she was 13 years old, Trump wanted her to meet the founder of Penthouse magazine. Isn't that weird? I'm sorry. It's kind of strange. Okay. I think her dad was still alive then. He didn't allow that to happen. Imagine you have an uncle like, oh, I want you to meet somebody. Who? Right? Like, I don't know who. Oh, the founder of Penthouse magazine. It's kind of, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? It's a little strange. I find it a little strange, a little not normal. Okay. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's, I don't know. So it didn't happen. Thank God. But you know what I mean? Like it's just like it's not the right, I'm not being like, it's not about moral judgment. It's just like, if you're a 13-year-old woman, if you have a niece that is like a cousin, I'm sorry, is that right? Cousin? Niece. I'm sorry, I get confused. The niece. That's right. If you have a niece, it's worse. Okay. And like, out of all the people you want to introduce her to, I don't think it's a good idea to introduce her to like a guy who is running Penthouse magazine. Okay. I just personally, okay, I just find it a little like, it tells you, guys, this book, anyway, the book is the book. It's a good book. Sorry, I'm trying to open this little lip thing. This is why I hate this, guys. This is a really good thing. Okay, this product. I'm not, nobody's paying me, by the way. I just like it. Okay, you probably know this is like a lip balm, but it's so hard. I hate those tints. It's so hard to open it. It's a nightmare. Sorry, just because the lips are a little dry, little dry. Okay, so anyway, so here we are, conversations about the book. So yeah, so it's it's just like honestly, the sad part about this book, like I said, is that it reminds you that there's problems with the fact this guy is present. It's unreal, okay, but it's just okay. Okay, it is what it is. Okay, so okay, so all right, so that's that. Okay, okay, so I want to say also, okay, so I'm on the do protection. There's enough. I have to remember to not put the candle next to my mouth because then the air is gonna blow it out. So the wick was very small, so I'm gonna pour out a little bit of here. Okay, so let's ask for protection. Beautiful rain light, huh, coming on top of my head. As I breathe in, I feel my lungs. As I breathe out, I create a circle. I create a circle. I step into it. Step into it. I feel protected. Step into it. I feel connected. I like to ask that information come only from the highest sources. That it create the good, and only the good for the good people, the good for the good people. Okay, okay. So here we are. Okay, so now protected. Now we can start real information. Okay, so guys, so many. Oh my god. Oh, by the way, let me see. I know there's more newer questions. Newer questions. Okay. So okay, so let's see, guys. I don't know where do we start. Huh? Very nice. Heavenly times. Okay. By the way, I have a good start with good news. So did you see that our Ruth Bader Ginsburg is out of the hospital? Okay, she had gone to the hospital yesterday, and guys, I swear, I had this feeling. I've had this feeling. Many people. I know I have this feeling before. I talked about it. I don't feel like she literally wants to stay alive until Trump leaves. She is, I'm not ready. I'm not going. I'm not going. No, not going. No, I'm not going. I'm not going. So I don't think, you know what? I don't think she's going to go now. Okay. Thank God she's already out of the hospital. But I feel, and I was trying to look at her. I was like, she is like, trying to figure her out. And I'm like, she's just, because I don't know if you have had this experience. I think sometimes you can ask, I'm serious, like, it's not my time yet. Especially her, because, the consequences of being another, like a conservative person. And I feel like she's very passionate about her, obviously her mission in this world. So I feel like I see that she's like pure soul, like she's so protected. And guys, when you get very, very, very like much, much, much older, it's almost like if you think of like your body is like a machine in some way, right? Like it starts failing a little bit, and she goes like, there's a little bile stuck there. Let's go clean it up. It's like she can, if you can have really good medicine, like the level that she's constantly getting herself checked up, and I feel like she could even have a nurse. It's like there's really good people taking care of her. So that was my feeling. I was like, she is not going. No, I'm not going home. No, I'm staying. Trash, get your ass out of here. I'm gonna stay until it go. So I feel like that's my feeling. I'm not even worried about her. I am not even worried about her. So okay, so let's just double checking here with her. How's she going? Okay, so let's see who goes first. I'm serious. What I mean by that is like, I'm sorry to say, it's a crass thing that I said. She goes, but I feel like who's gonna, leave the stage, let's say it. I don't mean like, you know what I'm saying, right? Trump leaving. Is she gonna be in the Supreme Court until he leaves? I see that she's at inauguration. I'm going to the inauguration. Yeah, I'm ready. I have my outfit. I have an outfit together for it. So yeah, I think she's gonna go to inauguration. So yeah, I think. Okay, I see her. Like the inauguration, the open air, like it's January, it's cold, but she's there, like in her. I don't know. She's seated, obviously. She's not like standing for hours, but I think she wants to be there. Okay. I think she wants to be there. She's happy to be there. Okay. So so okay. And I get this information. Don't worry about me, Rosie. I'm fine. I'm fine. And I see. Can I tell you guys seriously? I feel like her field. And it's a really strange thing. Her field of like her field. It's almost like, okay, when you think of a person, they're very physical, right? But when I think of her, when I see her, she's not physical. But it's not that she's that. No, she's gonna no. She's just completely spiritual. Like she's being nourished by spiritual energy, like so much. Okay, you know what I mean? Like that's what that's what keeps her alive. Like she had you know what it life force and also protection. Okay, I think she's very blessed. Okay, seriously, she's very blessed. As should be. And I feel like she knows her destiny. She's very at peace with everything. Okay, that she knows she has to do certain things, and it's so interesting, guys. When you were nominated, you know how it is when you're nominated for the Supreme Court. I know. When you're nominated for the Supreme Court, usually you're a much older person. Okay, relatively, like at least 50 or something. It's not that old, but you know what I'm saying? Like they have really long careers. A lot of them are much older, but I feel like it's actually a wonderful thing because that gives them there's maturity. You know what I mean? And I think I feel like I have a sense like I don't say I don't even look into all of them. That's not the point. But I sense that for her especially, they have a sense that they are the legs of history. That they are the keepers of the gate of the country because the Constitution really is right. Is essentially in some ways the soul of country. Soul of country. RGB is the soul of country. No, she's not country music. Country. So this is nice. They feel like they're the it's like the breath of they breathe their breath animates the Constitution. So that's why it's like it's guys, what's so interesting? I never thought of them as like as priests, but in some ways they are like not religious. Does it make sense? It's kind of like that. Like you're the caretakers of this very important text. Okay, and that is like almost like a religious thing, like being the Pope. Okay, so it's kind of interesting because there's a card, the Hierophant card in the tarot that is about behind the scenes power, and so it's kind of interesting. I don't think they're quite that card, but that's what it reminds me of the situation, how I see them here. Okay, so that's all good with odds. Oh, it's good, huh? With R to B. I went to the hospital because I needed to get a little bile out. I went to the hospital because I needed to get a little bile out. The doctor did an incision. He took out the bile. All is clear. My liver is pumping out. I'm as healthy as a horse. My name is RGB. No, RBG, sorry. I am healthy as a horse. My name is RBG. RBG is heavenly. G is protected. RGB is heavenly. G is always protected. RGB is heavenly. G is always protected. RGB is heavenly. She is forever protected. Okay. So guys, this is like very strange what happened just now. I have huge. You cannot see goosebumps. I know. I wish. No, you can't see goosebumps. You see, maybe you see it here. Oh my God, you see it, right? You see it? Little hairs standing. So, so anyway, so as I was singing song, I saw an image. Okay, I hope it's not sad for you guys. Okay, but I see the wife of Joe Biden, Jill Biden. She's in the funeral for RBG. Okay, so she's crying, but it was like, but so anyway, she's like the first lady then. Okay, so but I must guys, again, don't worry about when or whatever. But it's just I'm saying like I think she has even 3 or 4 or whatever more years. Don't worry about. It's a bad. That was bad. Right? I said it, but I just there was like this image like I felt that Joe and guys, do you know? Okay, this is maybe too specific. Is Joe Biden Catholic? I think he is. Is he? I don't know. I see how how I have that I had for a little bit. I don't know where that is anymore. That the lace thing that women used to wear for Catholic things, okay, the black lace thing that you put on top of your head. I see her wearing that, the lace thing on top of her head. It's like some sort of like state funeral or something like that. It's not for Biden, but it's for Abiji. Okay, so she's like, she throws a rose for him. It's for her. Okay, so that's it. Okay, so anyway, so now don't worry about it. She's good. She's healthy. So it's all good. Okay. So that is, guys, I feel so good today. Could you notice? My analysis is very good. I'm not gonna go into a little side conversation, but I was out. I had to go get some fruits and vegetables because I've started juicing. Yeah, and I feel so good. It's amazing. It's a long story, long story. So I'm very happy. Anyway, and today was a beautiful day outside. Okay, I don't go out that much, but it's very nice. Okay, so that was the information I had. Okay, so talked about Mary Trump. Talk about, this was very good, guys. RBG, because it's like uplifting. It's nice. It's nice because all the news here are very all of them are great, very good. So okay, so I don't know where to start really. So it's like a lot of great things. It's a very clean person, Ghislaine. She's so great coming here. I see her. Okay, now talk about laughs. Let's talk about Ivanka and Goya beans. Ivanka, I don't have Goya beans. I don't have beans with me at the moment. But she likes them. She's holding them. Oh, oh. She's holding. Oh, oh. Uh-huh. Yeah. So that was like, guys, and this is like, so think about how pathetic it is, seriously, at this time. Like, so many incredibly serious things are happening, right? Coronavirus everywhere, except some places like New York that we already had it. Okay, not we still have some, but it's not as bad as it was before. And among the economic downfall of this, and then we have the bounty on the soul. I mean, the situation is really very tragic. And there's this woman, she, like, how petty and small. I mean, seriously, like, and they're promoting, like, it's not only probably illegal, they're promoting, using the government account to promote a brand, okay, but it's just like their petty little, like, culture war. Culture war, yeah. That, guys, this is like, does she really? And I think, to me, it's just all this very cynical joke. Does she really think, like, oh yeah, I'm sure, like, Ivanka likes Goya beans? First of all, nobody believes that she does. And second of all, does she think she's really going to help Goya beans? Like, it's almost like, no. It's like she's thinking Goya beans further. You know what I mean? Like, if you have any doubts, there she is, that they are promoting. And then Trump, I saw somebody posted, like, I look at I know he's on Instagram. Yeah, on his account, he had, like, he in the Oval Office, he took a picture with all kinds of Goya products. Whoa. I mean, while all of this is happening, that's what they spend time on. That's what they focus on, like, how small and, like, genocidal and awful. Okay, you know what I mean? Like, they could have done nothing, right? It would have been fine, but they decided, like, I just, like, it shows you how small these people are. How, you know what I mean? Because I think it's like everything is a joke, everything is funny, ha ha ha. Meanwhile, like, literally people are dying. Okay, it's not as, guys. I'm not okay. It's not. I'm not shocked. Like, we all knew it was going to be bad, but, like, there's nothing there. They just, like, you could literally get a person, like, close your eyes and go on the street and grab a person, they'd be a better president. Because, like, wow, this is right. This is like, and do they think it's like, I don't know. So let's find out here what's going. And someone said, guys, on Twitter, or somewhere I read, or I forgot, even because I pay a lot of attention to what Ivanka. I follow all her accounts because I need to know what she's thinking. I follow her, everything about her. I do. I really do. Do you think I don't? I do. No, I don't. But really, Ivanka is like, someone said, though, she wants to be a president, and she thinks that if she acts like she's cool, she's going to be. It's like, oh my God, how delusional are these people? Like, really? How delusional are you? And I said before, guys, one time, back in the day, when people thought that Ivanka and, like, what's her name? Melania. It's like these people, guys, they have power. They could have done. Imagine if Ivanka wore a mask and went to visit went to the VA hospital somewhere, went to visit like, this would have. It's almost like they don't. Clearly, they're not interested. It's obvious. But if they if they did only that, that would help them so much. But they are incapable of doing anything that is like good. You know what I mean? They just don't have it in them. It's just completely transactional. They just have no, you know what I mean? They don't do anything like, because they have no interest. No interest. They have time. They have resources. Like they could go anywhere. They could be like, "Oh, hello, driver, drop me off at the hospital. Drop me off at that like flower store so I can pick up some." Like, there's a lot that they could do. They don't. Instead, she poses with the Goya beans because like the Hispanic people got mad at Goya beans. Okay, because it makes a lot of sense. Why, there's no point, right? We know that. Why? Can you imagine? This is like how low. But anyway, so let's say here, what is going on there? Like really with the Goya beans, and is that okay? There, guys. Yes, there's a Hatch Act, but at this point, okay. So what is up? What's up with her? Do they think? Okay, does she think that this is going to help Trump with Hispanic voters? Oh my God. I feel like it's kind of like she wants to help. She's like, oh, they feel bad because the Goya person supported Trump. That he faced this like this whole thing because it was because of Goya. Oh my God, they said they said good things about us, so they are loyal. They're loyal, so now we're going to be loyal to them. This is good, we're going to support them. And I think, but she's like, "Uh, Jared, do you think that should I wear like a headdress or something? Do you think I should have like a flower in my head or something?" I swear, she's like, do you think I should wear like a Carmen Miranda outfit or something? Maybe they would look at me and think that part of me is like Latina or like Hispanic, because you're like brunette, I'm not brunette, but I was kind of brunette before. And so like if I have like a flower in my hair or something and like have like if I have like good bronzer on and like look, do you think they like will like it? Do you think, Jared? Do you think it works? It's like they just live, you know what it is? It's like they live in this world of fantasy. Like they have no interest in reality or like real people. It's all propaganda and bullshit and like no. So they thought, okay, so it's kind of like is in any way. Oh, I'm sorry. In any case, the answer here is that this was a thank you to Goya Brands. Okay, so that's what it was. This is the thing. Okay, and then she thought she doesn't cost her anything. She's like, oh, it's cool. I could totally pose with it. Just for from promoter or something and be like a cover girl for them or something. She thinks she's like a model or something. Okay, but I have a question. What happens to Goya Brands after this, guys? This is a separate question. Okay, separate question. What is going to happen? I see. I don't know if this. On the okay. In some ways, I don't believe. I wonder how deep this boycott's gonna go. But I see. I see the guy who has the. I remember his face. I see the CEO's face, and it's like minus 35%. That would be big. That would be big, guys. If 35%. Because I know, for example, I go to the Trader Joe's near me, but there's a regular supermarket nearby that has like a section for Hispanic foods, and it's only Goya. So I wonder, you know what I mean? Like, I don't even know how you could even buy something else. Okay, I don't know. Not that I get stuff at Trader Joe's, like the beans or whatever. So, but still, it's interesting to see, it's like, it's just saying it's going to go down because guys, hello, it's, even though this is the thing, there's a lot, this is the truth though. The weird thing is that there's a lot of Hispanic people that are conservative. Even, I know it sounds weird, hard to believe, but there's a lot of, especially like more like, Cuban, like some right-wing Cuban people and stuff like that. But I'm not just saying it's Cuban, but you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of very religious Hispanic people that actually are not buying, you know what I mean? But it's just, I think it's about 2/3, like 2/3 are not, don't like Trump, but maybe even up to a third could even like Trump. I'm serious. Not even like, even to guys, because even the thing with like, and I don't want to get into this, another point, like a lot of like in Brazil I'm from Brazil, as you know, it's a little different. Okay. But I feel like a lot of Latin America, including Brazil, has this thing where like there's quote unquote the white elite. Okay. And there's the people that are not quote unquote the elite. And they're usually a little bit like darker skinned or something. I'm serious. So a lot of Hispanic people don't identify as Latino. You know what I mean? It's a very interesting, it's a very complex thing. And a lot of those people can be right wing. Okay. So I'm just saying, okay. Just saying. Okay. So that was TMI, but that was information about this. Okay, so yeah, so that's the story. It's just that they want to thank. They feel like for them it's all about revenge. Like, oh, they like us, they don't like us, this and that. Okay, so is anything gonna happen to her because of this? Guys, the crimes. I don't know. I don't even. I just the corruption levels. I think they're gonna have to lose everything. Okay, the corruption levels are so high that it's almost like I don't even know where to start. Really, it's so minor relative to everything else they have already done. Okay, so it's just that they have to go down for many other things. Okay, so okay. So and I'm getting and I know Al asked a question about this whole like Hatch Act and I'm getting a sense here, guys, that when we have a new government, laws have to change. Okay, because the level of corruption is crazy. Okay, you know what I mean? The level of corruption is crazy. Okay, so this is it, right? It's like I don't even know where to start. So what I mean to say this is like in the future, if we change the laws, then they have to be, guys, they have to give a lot more power to those people who are, what is it, what are they called, the inspector generals. They can stop certain things, like, you know, they have to give power to the independent parties, you know, who check on the power of the executive, because otherwise, you know, it's like they're testing this and they're doing all of this, and of course, you know, we have a Republican Senate and so forth, but it's shocking sometimes when you think about it, because they could do this and nobody's going to stop them, at least now. Okay, so okay, so that's the answer here about that. Okay, now let's go to other things. Okay, so guys, there's stuff is serious things here. Okay, so well, let me just start with this. Okay, so tomorrow, okay, when I would go back to the whole, like, guys, you know, I was so excited about the whole thing with taxes, and I still kind of am, but it's gonna take time. Okay, it's annoying. Okay, but like, I don't want to even get excited about anything. But supposedly, when I posted the news, okay, um, there was a hearing tomorrow. Okay, and I think apparently Vance is agreeing to, like, they're gonna postpone this, guys. You know, they're trying to like get, you know what I'm talking about? I don't even know how they're doing it or what. Like, it just takes time, and they're gonna have. It's just very upsetting. Okay, so but still, let's see what's gonna happen, because I feel like New York, guys, even no matter what the Trump lawyers do, I don't see how New York is gonna ever rule in his favor. Okay, so it's just a matter of persist. At this point, they've come thus far. They're gonna continue. Okay, so so what's going to happen tomorrow with this hearing with the Trump taxes with the Vance and is the Mazars, you know, getting the taxes. Okay, so what's happening tomorrow, and then what's happening tomorrow in terms of in terms of the final outcome, getting the taxes. How close or how far are we from getting the taxes? Okay, tomorrow. Okay, so tomorrow, tell me. Okay, how close? What about Letitia James? Can she how? Okay, so a few things. Okay, so it's a weird thing where I see this, look a strange image, but I see that it's a person who's, I know, I guess I remember what Vance looks like, but it's like sort of like representing him, but he's like has like he's like a leaning, he has his feet on his desk and he's leaning back, he's like on the phone and stuff like that. My sense, the image I get here is that he has a lot of power now that he got this. And then the Trump lawyers are all very meek, like, hi there, like they're walking like, you know, on tiptoe. They're like, and then they know that the alpha man there is the Vance person. He has power, he knows where it is. And then I see that he's on the phone and he's looking at paperwork, like documents that to me reminds me of taxes. Okay. So my sense, guys, is that they know that they're going to do everything in the book, not just in the book, whatever they're not going to give the taxes easily. Okay. But I feel the case is done. And I don't know how they got this. I feel like they got this information from other people, even guys, Michael Cohen, right? Like I feel like they got this already. And all they need is the permission to do it. And I almost feel, guys, the case is done. I don't feel like, how do you say this? I just don't feel like they have to do a lot now. They're just waiting for the official confirmation. And when it's done, they're just going to post it. Is that what it is? You post it, you kind of publish the thing. As soon as they get it, they're going to obviously look at it and everything like that. But the whole gist of it is there. They don't have, like, you know what I mean? It's not as if they have to, like, oh, now let's start the investigation. It's like the investigation is done. They just need these confirmations. Sort of like, as you know, I talk about crime shows a lot. And crime shows, they have, they say, oh, there was like like sometimes they don't have anything. They just have the DNA and they're waiting. But a lot of other times they have a lot of like circumstantial evidence, like not just, you know what I mean? They have a lot of pieces. They're just waiting for the final thing that is like the boom part. Okay. And this is similar. They know it's like they have it, like they have it. Okay. So that's it. I think he's very confident, even though it's not, like, for us, it feels like it's not there. He's just like, he has it. He feels like he won. Okay. So here we have now keeping what they have, and this is dark secret. And this is, again, it could be a dark secret about the fact that Trump may not have very much money, the bankruptcy, or that this is going to be really harmful for him. Okay. Okay. So okay, the whip is aggressive. It's a fight. And so this is it. The key is the most important thing. The fight for the dark secret and the corruption, okay? Exposes the corruption or this, okay? So then. Yeah, wow. So guys, this is interesting because this, I remember now, this is a short illness, but also a card of heavy, sex or some sort. And this is an agreement, and this is like something becomes known. So we know that this whole case of Vance is about Stormy Daniels and how she got the payment. So it becomes public, okay? Becoming public, the agreement with Stormy Daniels, or about or connected to Stormy Daniels, okay? Okay, so okay, no, that's so. Oh, letter for him. There's a little letter. I like it. Oh no, that's right. The local. Okay, so this is interesting. This is the enemy, the local enemy, right? So this is probably Trump. Okay, or it could be. I mean, I guess it could be. But I feel like in this context, it's documents. Okay, and then here we have. Oh, that's right. The local enemy and the foreign enemy. So it could be that, sometimes, guys, this card like this, there's some debate, but a lot of times, like, the other woman. So it could be her, but to me, it feels like it could be Trump, or it could be her. But in any case, this is the foreign enemy. Okay, I feel like I said before, I believe that this is not even, guys, a secret at this point. I'm not sure. I feel like I could be wrong, but I feel like I remember reading or hearing Michael Cohen saying that he paid, like, the money that he paid her with, like the money that was used to pay her, did not come from, like, legit accounts. Okay, okay. I feel like it could come from a foreign person, or it's illegal in any way. Okay, so this is a reality. Okay, all right. So sad news. Okay. Oh no, unexpected. Trapped. Okay, so yeah, so I don't feel, guys, I feel like, I know it's like more and more time, but that's it. It there's no escape for Trump. That's what it feels like to me. Even though like, oh, there every day is like a horror clown show. That's what, it's like a horror show every single day, but still it's like it, like traps him. So it's like, but it's just okay. This is the thing I say. I know it's gonna be scary, but I feel like if I feel like it's, honestly, guys, it could be early September. It sounds far, right? That the whole thing could come out. By the time, they have the appeal or another appeal, but I don't, like I said, I don't feel like there's any doubt from Cyrus Vance. There's total confidence, and they already have it. Okay, the information they need is just like a check, kind of like Mueller did us. I think they double check. Okay, okay. So, and I think it's like technically you cannot just like get this information or something. I don't exactly understand how it works, but okay, but you know what I mean? It's kind of crazy. Like imagine if it was you and I and they were looking at our texts, like why do they have, oh, you could do this to him, like, why is he special? Okay, I guess, but still, that's the thing. It's like a really very, very strong case here. Okay. Okay. And this is the thing. I also asked about Letitia James when I was doing the vision, and it showed that they have to wait for the final okay for this. Okay. I think ultimately in terms of getting Trump, but the thing is, kind of ready to go. It's just like they have, okay. So I know it's like it seems like it's, but there's no. It's this is the thing, guys, and this is why I think it's also scary. We're living in a very scary time because those people know it's the end for them. There's nothing after this. So they're criminals and they're gonna go to jail. They committed serious crimes. So they'll do anything. Okay. So that's true. Okay. Okay. So tell me how Trump is feeling about his nervous, like slipping. Oh, guys. Okay. Oh, this is the thing. I remember how last time when we talked, I was talking about the videos of Trump. Okay, the videos of like there was like this leg movement. Okay, so yesterday I was looking up this thing. Okay, so let me actually find it here. Okay, so let's see if I saved it. I think I saved it. Okay, did I? I think I may have saved it. Okay, so sorry, I'm opening the thing where I keep my links. But so the thing is that I guess I'm saying this because okay, this is it. Okay, I looked up something called gait abnormalities, okay, because I kept seeing, remember how I had seen the thing about the doctors had seen with him this problem with movement, like it was a physical movement and it was a physical manifestation of something. And then you saw those videos that I posted last time on Monday and you saw it, okay, and then I see him again, like the movement is like not is getting worse, okay, but I feel like when I saw there's the name of the gates, there's several, okay, this is like TMI, but it's like from Stanford Medicine. It's like for medical school. It's like it's like how do you, there's various different types of weird like gaits, the different weird walks that a person has, what could indicate. Oh, you don't talk about for like abnormal types of walking and what it may indicate, what part of the brain or what condition. So the first one is this one called hemiplegic gait, okay, and it's connected to strokes, okay, the one, when the leg, okay, so I don't even know, guys, this is like it might change in the sub, but I thought you might like it, you might appreciate it. Okay, let's see here if I can do this. Let's see, how do I okay, so sorry, okay, that's right, okay, 1 second. Okay, so I don't know that you can see this. Can you see this? Okay, can you hear this? In this posture, and the leg on the affected side is typically somewhat stiff, and they will then have a gait that looks something like this. And the characteristic of the gait is the circumduction of the foot. The fact that the foot is making a circle like that is what makes this gait so characteristic. If the condition is mild,
may not be flexed up like that, and the only manifestation might just be a little circumduction, and the hand may not be swinging normally the way the other hand swings. So that is called the hemiplegic gait. It's important to understand why they do what they do. When you cut.
Okay, so I had to suddenly said it here. So I just thought it was like really interesting. Okay. Oh, sorry. Let me just. I'm not checking if anybody has comments. I don't know. But anyway, so I'm not checking. I just wanted to share this because I saw this with Trump. Like the movement situation is like that. The leg that you saw one of the videos, it goes like this on the side, and it's because it's a little bit complicated, but it's just like the way that he did it there. It was so clear to me how it is. You know how his arm, he has to do this. Remember how he's drinking the water like this? I do think it's related to that. Is like this, but I think there's more brain deterioration than that. I just think it's not getting better. And I think also, remember how we talked about he went to the hospital last time. I just feel like a person in his condition should be doing physical therapy a lot, okay, to kind of regain some of the movement, or he's not clearly, and he's very healthy diet. Yeah, very healthy. So that's that. Okay, so that's what I saw. That when I saw here the physical, like his physical manifestation, and I see that he's just not this. He's not the same. People that know him observe this as well. Okay, okay. So next, now talked about the taxes tomorrow. That's it. Okay, so he's aware. I just think, guys, again, he's kind of like I'm just losing it, really. Okay, losing it. He's just his work. I don't say collapsing. It's like, how he was always about creating the illusion, right? And now it's almost like he doesn't have the same force. And I feel like that the dopamine, like there's something like he can't focus. Like he had like ADD. Okay, this is pretty obvious. But I think it's more like now he can't even the stuff that he cares about, he can't get as, it just doesn't come with the same level of focus. Like boom, it's not like I like this, or like it's just like, oh yeah, you know how they're like this, and it has less force. I don't know how else to put it. Okay, so I didn't, and I know that he gave some conference at the Rose Garden. I can't watch what anything he's saying. So but everyone say that it was terrible, that he's like completely rambling and everything like that. Okay, but that's what it is. It's like his mind is not okay. So okay, okay, okay. So that's, I just think he's it's almost like the stuff that connects in the brain, the thought and action and all those, like, oh, I like this, or it's like if I were here, like, yeah, so did you see that he was like this, Joe Biden was like that, and it's just like he's losing. It's like the speed is not there, even guys with all the drugs that it's not something, is not, it's like it's as if the motor, the car is not, he turns on the key, it's not accelerating. Okay, so it's, people notice this. Okay, okay, so next here. Okay, Elle has a question. I don't know, guys. Okay, let me just, since I mentioned the Rose Garden thing, she has a question here. I think but Elle, I asked about it the other day. I hope we can look at the press. Why do they stand by while Cheeto does a campaign rally in the Rose Garden while calling it a press conference? Illegal to do, by the way. Let me just ask it like this. Okay, why is he? They say they're hostages. Like in some ways, they're saying we have to cover the president. That's it. And I think, guys, this is the thing. They were not, say that they were there, but the conference became about something else. It was not supposed, he's not supposed to do campaign rallies, okay, which is what it's sort of like what it was as a press event. You know what I mean? It's not what it was supposed to be, but there they were. Okay. And so this is how the media is driven like this. Okay. And I think it's saying that, okay, so what we want obviously is that he is held accountable, right? By whoever, by anyone, everyone and everything. Okay. But so then we expect the press to check on him, right? To kind of say, okay, what the hell are you talking about? What, but the reality thing here is that we are kind of like in this, it's kind of like this machine. Okay. Essentially the system is like this, and it goes on, and it's like, it just amplifies this, you know what I mean, guys? It's not as if they were like, okay, this is wrong. you're relying, like, let's stop this. Like, this is not necessarily, like, as you know, I got angry about the press often, not all the time. But from the perspective, what I'm being told here is this, is that they cover the president. They don't ask this, guys. And it's telling me here, it's easy and it's cheap to be talking. Okay, the talking heads, like, oh, I think this investigative reporting is not as sexy. It's not as popular necessarily. And you have to think, you have to, you know what I mean? So there has been a lot of passivities, all right? The word from the press, because it's like that. It's like the person in power will dictate the narrative and they will continue it. Okay. But you know what I'm saying? So the good thing for them, for why Trump is successful with them, is because he creates the narrative, he creates the script, and they kind of follow it to a degree. Okay. So, and since he kind of controls, I'm saying he completely controls the government, but since he's not, like, if he's not talking about the whatever, the the Afghanistan bounties, then they can, I think they may ask or they may not ask. It's just that it's a tough position. And the reporters, guys, this is true. Okay, they're attacked so much. I'm not defending them. It's just, that's what I'm being told here, is that it's like everything has to. They're saying here the fairness doctrine. This whole thing that Reagan removed it. Okay, so we have to put back something closer to the fairness doctrine, because otherwise, because guys, this whole thing, how I really, as I really dislike the whole let's look at the both sides of the story. Let's look at both sides. Yeah. And all the things that like, for example, science, right? There's no both sides. Either you're sick or you're not sick. Either you have something, you don't have something. You want to have second opinions, but that's not different. It's based on reality. It's not based on, like, oh, I don't have heart disease because I say I don't have heart disease. No. It's like, if it's in an X-ray, that's what it is. It's like it's not about getting to the truth. It's about, oh, I present the PR here and I present the thing. And it's like, it's really more about entertainment in a way, right? In that way. But guys, this is the thing. It's not that I'm not saying that it's not the press's fault. It's because there's zero accountability from everywhere. Okay. And I really encourage you to read the book of Mary Trump, because it kind of shows, guys, this is the thing. One thing I recall she's saying, and because she read the book on Audible, by the way, is that she said something like, it was astounding to her how Trump failed up his whole life. He would fail and get promoted. He failed, got promoted. It's like he took his failure to, like, became a huge, like, this is a thing. And it shows you that somehow being born a certain, like, class and looking a certain way and having this is like, he's the man of the culture. Like, the culture is so sick that they needed somebody like him. So, you know what I mean? So it's not as if we were like, I think there have been a lot of there's a lot of stories exposing a lot of things. It's just that it doesn't get repeated, and it doesn't, you know what I mean? It's kind of like how it is. Okay. But it doesn't, we should have a Senate that does something. If the whole thing was happening this way, you know what I mean? So it's just that the whole system has allowed for somebody like Trump to come up. And because in some ways, guys, he's the most naked representation of, like, emptiness and power. So it's kind of like, it's no wonder that we're, like, living in, it's almost like the end of an era, because he is the culmination of this. Like, he's like Nero or something, you know what I mean? So that's the answer. Okay. So I'm moving on here. Okay. So then, okay, talked about it. Okay, so now, okay, so let's see here, guys. Now, okay, so since we're talking about this whole thing of the press and Trump, I feel like how do you say it? I'm going to talk about coronavirus, okay? Because there's a lot here, guys, happening. And I think the whole thing, one of the reasons why the presidency is imploding is because he's pretending like this whole thing, coronavirus, is not happening. And there's a lot of news here about the coronavirus and how they are trying to manipulate it. Okay. And that is it's bad enough as is, but they're trying to make it, it's almost like everything they do is to make it worse. They make it worse and worse and worse. Okay. So I'm going to talk about it now. All these things. Okay. So, I have this section here that says coronavirus. So the first thing I want to talk about is that the Oklahoma governor tested positive Sad for him. No, guys, I don't wish. I'm not happy. Really, it's not like I'm happy that he had got coronavirus. But he was. Do you remember that? I don't remember that it was him, but then when I read the thing that I even posted, he was one of the he took a photo of himself in like this restaurant. This was a while back, like oh having burgers with my family. While this whole thing was, well, the numbers weren't that high, okay, but he was one of those, and he's very much pro Trump, and now he's test positive, which means, guys, obviously that his family is also, I feel for, it's not that I'm, obviously I'm not happy. He has done nothing for people to protect his own constituents, but I'm not like, I'll be like, oh, so happy for him. He has coronavirus, but it's like close to home now. It's real, okay. So it's guys. This is happening at the Trump country, heart of Trump country. Oh, and by the way, I didn't post this, but I thought it was amazing. Okay, that the governor of is that Mississippi, I believe. Is that his name is Tate something. Tate. He looks very waspy to me. But anyway, so he is super Trump person, but he on Twitter he said that he was very honest about it. I was like, wow, good for you. Because he said, let's stop this. I'm a numbers person, and he said he I guess he was some sort of business person, and he was saying that people talk about it was a herd immunity, but the hospitals here don't have the capacity to reach herd immunity. And he was explaining numerically how it's impossible. So we have to take it seriously, and we have. So I thought it was like, wow, finally they're waking up, okay, and they're separating themselves from Trump. Another event connected to this. I'm just saying it here because I may ask all the questions that kind of like at once. But let's see here. The other thing that is connected to this, guys. So we have these two governors, right? One tested positive. The other, it's like they can't deny it. Okay. Now we have this embarrassing. I'm sorry, op-ed. I talked about Fauci last time, guys, but I don't know if I talked about this op-ed. I think he was published yesterday, I think. So that guy who has zero credibility, Peter Navarro. Yeah. So he attacked Fauci, guys. Like, how it's like, who are you? Like, who are you? So it's like any, okay, if you can, we can all pick on anybody, okay, but Fauci, it's like, imagine if it's like, who are you? Do you have the background? Do you even criticize him? Do you know what you're talking? The guy is like a random nobody, like, it just happens to be working the Trump administration and like mocking Fauci. And you know what I mean? Like, and Fauci, guys, bless him, okay, protect him, because there he is. Every single day he goes on all the news on different things. Every day he's explaining, he's telling like it is. He's like, whatever, bitches, I'm telling the truth. So then this guy's like, it's just so, it's so small. It's not just putting aside the fact that it's tragic and it's horrific and the guy's trying to save us. Okay, Fauci, how petty do you have to be to attack somebody like Fauci? Okay, it's so disgusting to me. Like, I'm not gonna get outraged because like we feeds them as I say it, but that's it. So then obviously, guys, this is something that Trump wanted, right? And then it was published, and then there was a lot of it backfired. Okay, a lot of criticism. Okay, so what happens is now that Trump, once something comes out and it has a negative reception according to Trump, then he pretend, no, I have nothing to do with who. I never said no. I don't. No, it was him. It was independent. No, I have nothing to do. No, I never like it. No, don't agree. So it's just like that. He's such a coward. Trump is such a coward. He has these, his own little puppets to do these things. And then, oh, not to me. Okay. But guys, this is the thing. While this is happening, you see that the Republican governors are calling out, okay, about what's happening. And at the same time, okay, sorry, I'm like talking about all this because this comes together. Okay. And the other thing that I'm going to ask here is, this situation, guys, is so complicated. So this is almost like one of the most serious parts here, is that Trump administration is telling hospitals to not give data to the CDC about coronavirus, to give the information to the Department of, to Washington, like to skip the CDC. Can you imagine? So that they can manipulate the data or outright lie about what's happening. This is really bad, guys, because for several reasons. But then I was thinking about it and I was like, oh, remember there was a story about Larry, the guy from Oracle, Larry Ellison, right? There was a database that he was building for the coronavirus research. I wonder if it's something like this. They want to give the contract to their friends, but this is wrong, guys. Or they want to sell the data. I don't know. This is very bad because we need to know what's going on. He wants to control the reality. He wants to say, no, it's whatever I say. And if it's not what I say, it's not true. But what, okay, so that was it. This is the whole picture. Now let me ask, okay, what's happening? Tell me what's more important here. What is the point of this date? Why is he? Yeah. Oh my God. So guys, so this first of all, the first thing I see is that the governors are truly distancing. They just, even if they're Republicans, they're like they truly are dis. I mean, we see it happening, but they just are almost like from the gut level. They are pushing away from like no, I can't listen. Like, this is dangerous. They're like, it's dangerous. People are dying. I can't listen to this guy, and I can't. And they're walking this tightrope where they have to tell the truth. I mean, it's like, guys, oh my God, it's so hard to tell the truth. They should just tell the truth regardless. And they're like, the guy, because it's saying that a lot of the Republicans, even more than Democrats generally, okay, they care about their political survival. So they are very flexible in many ways. Okay, so they are willing to do many things. But with this, even though it's like, as you saw, we're even going to talk about Jeff Sessions losing the election. If you go against Trump, there's risks for your political future in their world. But right now, there's too many people dying. They just don't care. They're like, I have to drop it. I'm not going to worry about this thing. I have to do something, okay? Because they're seeing the reality that is not even talked about. It is talked about in a lot of news, but they know the truth, what's happening, and it's scary. And even the hospitals, guys, they want the hospitals to profit. They're saying they have to close the all the other procedures because everything is about coronavirus. Okay, so there's that. This is the mood. And then Trump, schemes with that. I hate this word loser, but that's what the guy is, Navarro. Like, how could you do that? It's so low. So he, oh yeah, it's like because why does he hate Fauci? Because Trump, he's a sick megalomaniac who's obsessed about creating. He's like, guys, he is an actor and a TV person, and he thinks that he can change the TV show to say, no, it's fine. Everything's fine. Just change the numbers and nobody's going to know. They're not going to know. Forget about it. So they're upset at Fauci because he's telling the truth. And reality is not, he hates reality, guys, Trump, when he sees something he doesn't like, he lies about it. That's how this is guys, the book talks about it. Okay. Scary, but true. He lies when he doesn't like what he sees. It's not pleasant to him. He lies. He doesn't care about lying. Lying is very natural to him. He will lie about anything. Okay, so he's upset because Fauci keeps okay, from his perspective, Fauci is like, who is he? And guys, when I was doing a week ago or a couple weeks ago, when I was looking at, there was this messages from the other side and stuff about why Trump is going to fall and how he thinks is God. It's very similar here. He thinks that he has the ability to shape reality. Okay, he's gone to the, he's crazy. Like, we all have to a degree, but not like he. So if reality doesn't conform to what he wants, he lies about it. He wears he puts on the theater to pretend. So he thinks that Fauci is against him. Fauci hates me. Fauci hates me. He does not believe I have powers. He challenging me. Fauci, he hates me. He's jealous. He wants my job. He wants my job. Fauci wants my job. I know. I know he wants my job. So that's the sickness of his mind. Obviously, guys, he's so small. He doesn't understand the concept of others or humanity. And then and then now this thing with the numbers is kind of similar. I believe, yes, there is a business element to this, but the core of it is the pettiness, and it's his interest in shaping reality, and it's him wanting to say no. It's like, if it's like he said, just delete the numbers of deaths and say nobody died. Nobody died. What are you talking about? Nobody died. So he thinks that as long as he can change the numbers, he could change the reality. That's it. Okay. But then I saw also, what I saw was interesting, that the governors or the hospitals, and I don't know, guys, this could be, probably a state level law or something, that the hospitals are keeping the data and sending it to governors or and stuff like that. They're not necessarily obeying, you know, like, they can share the data with certain places, but they're not gonna just keep it. Doesn't make sense. I feel like they have to tell the city officials and county officials and governors also. So it's not as if he can completely change the reality in the way he thinks. And I don't think he's gonna succeed, guys. This is too big, okay? He's just at he's at the end, okay? He's at the very end level. And I see, the other thing is, I saw Trump, like, he loves doing these press conferences, right? And he likes to shout, and then he says, people are gonna repeat what I say. But what is happening now, he feels, it's not just that his brain is like has less power, but that he says something and it doesn't reverberate with his own constituents, and even the politicians, the Republicans, even some governors, okay? So he realizes it's not working. It's not working, and so it doesn't make sense. So he has this competing desires. And guys, he is truly a child, like a toddler. Ruling oh, he said something I don't want to hear, so I'm gonna, I'm gonna change the reality. So it's like he's not capable of dealing with the magnitude of a problem that we have now. Okay, that's it. So that's the situation. Okay, so is it gonna happen that the CDC? It's not gonna last, guys. Don't. I'm not too worried about it, to be honest. Okay, because I feel like, oh, this is the thing. Okay, I want to say this. The plan here is to do. Remember how what they, guys, we haven't forgotten, but it's just so much going on. So when I remember well, when New York first started getting all these cases, Trump was blackmailing. It's like, oh no, I have the information. I have the masks. They got everything. Remember, they got all the masks and stole them away. Remember this? Like, they were trying to like grab it from, if a hospital had ordered all these things, they would keep it, they would steal it, basically, so they can have the power. That was the whole thing, having power to shape. Like, in other words, he would say, well, do you really want this data? I don't think you've been nice to me. Because that's what it is, guys. And this is the thing, for him, everything is transactional and is about threats. There's no such thing as collaboration. I want something, or, he's a politician. He needs to work with the governors, but he doesn't want to, because it's like he's getting pettier and pettier and smaller. Okay, so that's what's happening. Okay, so, but it's not working. Like I said, I feel like everything's changed, and I see, guys, I feel the governors, I see the face of the guy Tate. They're hearing from the ground, things have changed dramatically, and he's trying to alert it's like, hey guys, things are changed in the ground. They hate us now. They don't want to vote for, like, even though we don't see it, it's like, this is very serious. They're not, I mean, part of it, like I said, they are concerned about their own people, but they're also saying this is a disaster. We're not going to recover from this politically. Because think about it, guys. The governors, they're doing it because, like I said, they realize how bad it is, but also they need to survive, right? So people who stick to Trump's version of events are killing their political careers at this point. Okay, nobody, right? And it's like, it's kind of like there's no, like, it's not like there's an alternative. Okay, which is why I read this article about the loss of I don't recall. You remember, like, I don't recall Jeff Sessions. I don't recall. So it's similar. It's like, there's not much that there's nothing that opposes Trumpism in the GOP. It's like, either you are with Trump and Trump is like alienating their own voters, or you don't, it's like hard. It's very hard to not. Okay. Okay. So there's more questions. Okay. So this leads me, as I was talking, is it okay, guys? I like it. Okay, it's a lot, but it's interesting. It's so fluid here, information. Okay, so we talked about coronavirus and talking about, especially a lot that came up here is about the governors and how they're reacting. Now it leads me to Jeff Sessions. Interesting, I find interesting. So guys, Jeff Sessions lost, and this should be, again, a tragedy of the ages, for the ages. Like, he was the first guy to support Trump. The moment he did something, he refused to bend the way that Trump wanted. he was tagged as, you know, he was a traitor. So then so then he lost the primaries, okay, to this guy Tuberville, who's a former football coach who is I guess he's leading in the polls, okay. So so two questions here, guys. What's going to happen to Jeff? I don't want to look very quickly, I mean very deeply into Jeff Sessions, but just quickly what's happening with him. And then what are the odds? Because and I don't want to be like, it's not that I don't want to be optimistic. The reality is that there's a strong likelihood that Doug Jones could lose, okay, to this guy Tuberville. Okay. So what's going to happen? Okay, and Trump supports Tuberville. Okay, so it's going to be a race, Doug Jones versus Tuberville. Okay, so what's going to happen? Okay, who's, you know, and okay, so the two questions. First is about Jeff Sessions. What's happening to Jeff Sessions? Okay, and then what's happening to Tuberville and Doug Jones, and then I'll do the cards for those. Okay, what's happening? Let's say here Tuberville and Doug Jones. Here's Tuberville. Let's say the finishing line. So Tuberville and Doug Jones. Okay, so okay, guys, you remember? Okay, I never forgot because this was my the second reading I ever did on YouTube was about the Doug Jones election, and I saw it was the thing. It's like I saw him winning when the other guy not Roy Cohn, the other one, you know what I'm talking about, the pedo guy. Um, I saw him losing because Dark Secrets would come out. So here, what I see, and again, I'm gonna tell you what I see, but I don't want you to get excited, okay? Because it's the numbers are not so good, but what I see is like, you know, I have to picture the two people going on a kind of like a race, okay? And then at the end there's a finish line, who, you know, who finishes first, who wins. So I see that Doug Jones is like, you know, he's like running, he's out of shape, and it's like, oh, falls. And it's like, oh, tries to like gets up again. And then the Tuberville guy is very athletic. Oh yeah, that's right, he was a coach, like football coach. And then he's very ahead and stuff like that. And then as he's getting very close to the finish line, there's a huge hole. He falls, boom. And then Doug Jones is like, barely walking. He's like, and he wins. I win. I won. I won. Like he's like so happy, you know, he's crying. Oh my God. Because it's almost like he, you know, those marathons when you see people like almost like they're hurting, they're crying, they can barely walk and they win, you know, it's kind of moving like this to me. But what it would suggest is that, guys, is corruption, okay? And some sort of corruption thing that comes out about him. I don't know. But that's what would happen if, you know, if this indeed is the case. I feel like a huge hole falls, he falls into it. But it's kind of unexpected, okay? So let me see here. Let's see here. Okay, again, take it with grain of salt, okay? Because because guys, Doug Jones has history. He has a history of these amazing wins, okay? So let's see. But let's see here. Okay, so first of all, let's go Tuberville and Doug Jones. Okay, so let's see. First here, Tuberville and then Doug Jones. Tuberville, Doug Jones. Okay, Tuberville, Doug Jones. Okay. Oh, Doug Jones does not look so good for him. Okay. Sorry, like at least thus far. Okay. Okay, so okay, guys, you know it's so weird. Okay, so so this is the thing. I feel like, again, if there's a chance that Doug Jones could win the same way, in a different content, okay, but the same way that he won the other time, if everything falls apart for the other person, okay. I mean, and I'll show you. Okay, here we have. Okay, so this is, even though I think the cards are better for Tuberville, here is the quid pro quo. Like, right, this is this information. Okay, so there's the people who are the donors, where his, it's always just the money, right? Then we have news about the boss, or news about personal finances. Okay, so again, something coming out here. Then we have ideas about the vision. Okay, so he's already thinking he's going to win. Okay, hey, I'm excited about it. Then we have here loyalty upside down, and we have, look, the sickness. Okay, this could be, it could be issues with coronavirus, or something like that. You know what I mean? It could be like, sometimes it could be, dark things, but I feel like there's some problems here with this coronavirus thing. Now this is something legal, and then the Bambino is Trump. So in some ways, if something happens to Trump, it would affect him. Okay, and here the moon is like, now this is a Tuberville guy who has, more chances to win. The moon is something we don't know the full story, and in the towers everything's falling apart. Okay, but sometimes, it doesn't. Sometimes the cards, like, they indicate the full what's happening. So there's blockages to the, because there's treachery. Okay, so long-term problems because of treachery. Now this card is significant in this case because it's a card of change, and as you see the person, there's a chariot here. Okay, the person's riding a chariot. Okay, chariot, is a change here. And what is it? This is prison, guys. Somebody is moving to prison. I don't think it's Doug Jones, really. He's pretty clean guy. He's a lawyer and everything like that. Okay. So you see what I'm saying? So if all of this falls up, everything falls apart, that's what it shows. If things really do fall apart, he is likelier to win. Here is the deal, and this is the ass kisser. Okay, so the ass kisser is connected to Trump, and then we have here longing, and then the smoking gun evidence. Okay, so this is what happens, guys. Again, it's another kind of similar situation here with you know okay, with the same thing that happened last time for him, I think, where the opponent has, you know what I mean, as far as even now, like the numbers are saying that, there's not, the difference is not that big, but still the other guy is ahead. Okay, but there's stuff that we don't know about him, and I think this other guy's problems are financial. And by the way, I saw something on Twitter about him, this Tuberville person. He was indicted for fraud. There was some, like, kind of like a financial scam. He was part of a financial scam. It's 2013, so I don't know if it's about this, but I think it's something about financial corruption problems, and that. So, but like I said, guys, it's like, if the world falls apart, if things go to shit, Doug Jones wins. Okay, but like I said, it's more like, even the way that he was portrayed in the vision, he was barely walking. Like, he's not in a good, it's factual. Okay, he's just not, because of it's Alabama and everything like that. Okay, so, oh, by the way, and then I'm going to tell you about Jeff Sessions, what I saw in the vision about Jeff Sessions. So Jeff Sessions is in a porch, in a rocking chair. He's like crying. He's depressed. Okay, he's very sad about his life, but I feel like ultimately, let me make the cards here. Ultimately, there's somebody having some like loud music outside. I don't know if you can hear it, but anyway, so the point that I wanted to make about Jeff Sessions, oh my god, because I opened the window. I don't want to have air conditioning. I don't know. Sometimes it's nice to have. So anyway, so close my because I can hear it's very loud. So anyway, so as I was saying here, the Jeff Sessions is that he is depressed. Okay, and oh my god, guys, I may have to close the window because it's so loud. Okay. So 1 second, okay, because I can't, it's very loud. I can't concentrate. So I'll be right back. I'm just gonna close the window, okay? Okay, so I'm back. I closed the window now. It's perfect. So anyway, so I was talking about Jeff Sessions. So he's depressed. He's like in this rocking chair, and like and he's crying, but I see that he has, because the thing about Jeff Sessions, and this is almost again like an interesting Greek tragedy kind of situation, okay, is that he has to admit that his whole life was a mistake. The only way he can escape this is that he comes out with them. I see all these papers. He just gives the papers away. Like he tells the truth about everything, because he realizes, like, there's not much future for him in the bigotry kind of place that he created, that he nurtured, and so the only thing he could do to redeem his name is to show that he was an honest person, like, honest in the sense of, like, he has to expose Trump, and as such he has to expose the system that in some ways he helped create, or he's a part of. So it's interesting. Interesting. So let's see here. Okay, about him. So what's up with Jeff Sessions, until, let's say, in the next couple of years, okay? Because what else is he going to do, right? Interesting. Okay, so what happens with Jeff Sessions next, okay? The next couple of years. Oh, devil. Interesting. Put in my house, okay? Strength, devil. Okay, so yeah, here, letter. I have letters about them. I have letter about, yeah, I think he's gonna, and I don't know, guys, this is hidden, and so the illegal stuff, I don't know that he's gonna, I think I talked about him before, guys. I think he did tell the truth, and it's not like I said, I'm not gonna do a super in-depth look about him right now. I don't have the time, but I feel like he's eventually, when we have all these investigations after Trump leaves, and people are legit gonna go to jail, he's very comfortable. And this is like something, this is exposing the truth, and this is something that was going on for a long time. So I think in some ways he has to unravel. Look, I think, guys, he was very close to Trump at the beginning. He may know stuff about, this is a military attack, so he may know a lot more about this. Oh, that's right. How he was, and this is the White House upside down. So he may eventually waited too late, and then I think he knows a lot about financial stuff, okay? And the one thing that I'll say about Jeff Sessions, not that I'm obviously not defending him, he's a hardcore, like, racist, anti-immigrant person, is that he is not a money person, I don't think, necessarily, okay? It's kind of interesting here. I think he is legit. Look, bigotry is my the thing for him. His whole life is all about bigotry, but it was not necessarily about money. So it's interesting that, in that way, he may have somehow, maybe I think they all in some way took money or not, but he may have saved himself in that way, because he's not necessarily interested in money, okay? He's not one of those people. So he's kind of like, and I never forgot, guys, this thing that I remember was Al Franken. He was saying that, you remember how Al Franken did a great job interrogating him in the Senate, okay? And how Al Franken said that he was actually really nice, like, on a person-to-person basis, he was really nice, and then his wife would knit things for Al Franken's grandkids. Like, he was actually a nice person. It's hard to imagine, you know what I mean, for me, but it's, I guess, there's a, I mean, Rosie, she adores, I love Jeff Sessions. I think he's a good person. No, but you know what I'm saying. You don't understand what I'm saying, right? He's not necessarily like Trump, because Trump is like, there's a little bit of something in him, and that's what I think eventually he will redeem himself, and he'll get a lot of points from God. God will be like, maybe if you tell everything, you're not going to straight help us, but you have to tell. You have to tell everything, otherwise we'll have straight help us. Yeah, it's up to you. You want straight to help us, or no straight to help us? Then you have to tell truth. You tell truth, Jeff Sessions. You tell truth. So that's this information. Okay. So this is, I like it. This. Okay. So next, guys. Oh my God, this is crazy. So many things. Okay. So I know I'm avoiding Ghislaine. Okay. So it's very high level, very energetically high, very exciting. Okay, so let's say here. Okay, so, oh, by the way, just announcement, as you saw here, Andrew Weissman. Okay, he wrote the op-ed about how to get Roger Stone. He's publishing a book. This is the first link is pre-order, how to pre-order. Okay, so I don't know that there's any question really about. I wanted to make this announcement. You know what? Let me put him aside for a second. Okay. But I think I know one question to ask him, but it could be a big thing. Okay, so let's see. Okay, let's see here about, okay, so the question about him is like, okay, guys, let me ask a question for him. Okay, Andrew Weissman. You know how there's always been this thing about how there's like when Mueller wrapped up the investigations, okay, there was supposed to be these um, like these extra indictments. Okay, I believed it, and I think a lot of people believe too. And I think once Barr came in, then he maybe put them on a drawer or something. But my question for Andrew Weissman, since he was part of the investigation, and you know, guys, Andrew Weissman, he's supposed to be a genius about money laundering. He finds everything. Okay, so what does he know? I mean, I'm sure obviously he knows a lot that we don't know. So what does he know about these investigations that were supposedly shelved? What does he know, Andrew Weissman? Can you tell it? Hello, Andrew Weissman? Andrew Weissman. This is Rosa investigator. So seriously, what do you know, Andrew Weissman? What do you know about investigations? We were told that Mueller. Oh, that's right, guys. Mueller even said, "I'm seeing Mueller." Remember how he went out to those committees. He said, and it's in the Mueller report that they refer these investigations to other places. So what happens to these investigations, and where are they, and are they going to be reignited? Okay, that's what I want to know from him. Okay, okay, Andrew Weissman. I'm going to ask. Okay, so what do you think? Yeah, you know, guys, I see him have envelopes like letter. I have letter. I went and delivered letter, many letters, letters for many people. So what's interesting, guys, is telling me here, if you, if, sorry, I believe it's in the op-ed. I read the op-ed, or maybe he said something on his, something he said, how to get, oh, that's right, the thing of the op-ed about how to get Roger Stone. He says, the part that I'm being reminded of here is when he said federal and state prosecutors. So I see him, and I, you know, when I close my eyes, I see this passage of like state and federal and state prosecutors, this passage, and then I see him with envelopes. So he delivers these envelopes for, it's like it's almost like the envelopes have the same information, but they give it to both the federal and the state people. Okay, so they have given these envelopes, like it's not super secret. Okay, it's almost like they made sure that everybody got this information, as many as possible. And so I guess they're not acting, you know, that's it. They had the guys, and they're like, we could have indicted more people. He said we could have indicted more. Oh, it's upsetting not to hear this now. Okay, so why didn't you? Okay, seriously, why didn't you? Why didn't you? It's a Rosenstein, okay? Rosenstein, there was like, I think Rosenstein wanted us to investigate everything, but when it came to the time of indicting people, they were like the circle directly around Trump. They're like, oh, I'm not sure. It's like, and guys, but they're saying there's a lot of ongoing investigations. That's part one. Part two is that the FBI is there's a lot of counterintelligence. There's a lot of stuff going on. Okay, so in some ways, I think some of them were stopped. They said, let's leave it for later. They're completing the other investigations. Okay, so are they going to be reignited, these investigations? Okay, and also, Andrew Weissman, when you left, what was supposed to happen? And I'm sure it didn't happen. What if we thought they were going to have more indictments? But Barr, he like misrepresented what the Mueller report said. And until today, he keeps doing this because he knows it's very incriminating. And we gave it to the, you know, and I see, guys, the face of Berman. Okay, George Berman has the information. Audrey Strauss has the information, and Letitia James has. Why are they waiting? What are they waiting for? It's the same, guys, that the whole thing about not the president, it's complicated. Okay, I just think that I see that at the beginning there was a wider, even though at the time I well remember it was disgusting. It feels like now their grasp is deeper. At the same time, they're losing power. You know, they kind of like the media. You know what it is, guys? The whole propaganda media thing is like they were able to, at least momentarily, they were able to say that the Mueller report was not so effective, which is not true. It's just that the Mueller report depended on justice working. In other words, people getting actually indicted, not just investigated, but indicted. And that's what is in this was saying, guys. He's telling me, not talking to me personally, obviously, but the whole thing of like, there's the Berman has in his drawers. He had kind of, remember how I was talking about when I was looking into Audrey Strauss, I said that she has this piles of things and she's gonna do quickly go through them. Whereas Berman was like, let's, wait a little bit. We can wait. Okay. So, but what happens then? Why aren't you? Barr's like, don't do anything. No, no, no. He's like, nothing that is around the president. That's right. Barr's like, no, nothing. And since Trump is involved in all of it, most of it, okay. So then what happens? How does it happen then? And that's it. Okay. Then Andrew Eisman say, obviously, I don't know, guys. Am I even talking to him? I don't know. But you know what I'm saying? Like, say, once the taxes, like the Supreme Court said go, once they get to the, he can't appeal anymore. It's like boom, everything is going to go, it's going to hit. Okay, the kids and all the kids at least. And then when he leaves it's, what I mean. But I feel, guys, it really is saying, he's explaining here, it really has to be putting the dots on the i's, because those people, if you do one thing amiss, they're going to invalidate the whole process. So especially Barr, he's very clever. If you do one thing that it's like, oh no, but I can't do this, I can't, this can happen, this so it's that. But once the whole thing is like, they get to the final thing, there's no way out. And I think by the time it happens, I don't know, very soon, hopefully, okay, Trump is just weakened and weakened and weakened. And I see, guys, unfortunately, I talked about this coronavirus before, right? There's like, it's not getting better, and he's totally lost the plot, and he doesn't care. And people are moving, governors and mayors, and everybody's doing their thing on their own, because they can't trust the government for anything. And it doesn't get better; it only gets worse. So he gets weakened and weakened and weakened, and then until okay, so that's it. I do wish that he would leave. I don't even want to go there, guys. The date situation is anxiety producing, but that's what I see. Okay. I feel like he's actually pretty calm, Andrew Reisman, like when he's telling the story. And he's like, he's like, I'm going to talk about it in the book. Maybe, who knows? I'm sure that there's ways that he could say this without it being like national security. Okay. Revelations. Okay. Okay. So interesting, no, interesting. Okay, guys, I did this new format thinking like, oh, it's gonna be faster, like, but there's a lot to cover. I hope you're, is it okay? It's okay. I'm covering all of it. I'm liking it. I'm liking it, but it's a lot. Okay, so next, changing subject again. Okay, now going to the hardcore thing is so quickly. Okay, so one quick question, guys, I'm leaving for last Ghislaine, okay, because I know she's trash, but like quickly here. I linked to Mary Trump's first interview on with George Stephanopoulos, okay, with ABC. So you saw that she's very good, right? We know that and all the things. But what I mean to say is that the book, guys, talks so much about Trump's family. It's crazy. I wonder, has Trump read the book, or like, is anybody listening to the book? It must be affecting the family, because she painted such an honest portrait of the family. Most families, it's very like, it's not harsh, it's truthful. She was just telling the truth. But I wonder, is it having an impact, or is it going to have an impact in Trump's own family, like his kids or something? Okay, what is the impact of this, like seeing her on television, because she's going to Rachel, by the way, Mary going to Rachel tomorrow, she'll be there. So it's interesting. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so yeah, I think Trump is out of it, but it's raw. I feel like it's very uncomfortable for him, because she knows the truth about who he is, guys. She talks a lot in this book about how Trump is really like like his psyche, and the whole thing with humiliation, how he hates humiliation, how he's a fake, she doesn't say the word loser, but he's a failure. And she explains how his mind works so well. And for him to see it, like, even if I see that Trump is like, he was moving from one room to, he was doing something else, and then he catches her, like he changes the channel, and there she is, and he has like almost like a panic attack or something. He's like, she's talking about, I see him observing her speak about the stuff that he can't even articulate himself, the very dark, very difficult things that he can't even deal with. She talks about it so openly, and he's like, it's the thing that he wants to hide from everybody. Okay, that she's like, change this channel, like he's very angry. Okay, so, but I see, guys, again, it's telling me again that I told you before, she's going to testify in the Trump org. in the Trump org case. Okay, so she's like, I want just get started, Tress. Just get started. Yeah, just trust now. Just get started. She's gonna talk, and guys, it's true. Do you remember I told you I this is true. When I saw the thing of the book, she was gonna go to the morning talk shows. That's it. She's gonna talk. She's gonna talk a lot. I just got started. Yeah, just got, and I see, guys, she's gonna write another book. I don't know what is more about Trump. There's more. There's more. Yeah. So she's gonna write, and she's gonna become. I mean, she's already she has the education, and she does it professionally, but she's gonna be like an expert on how to like how to undo him, or like undo what he's done and stuff like that psychologically, like she's gonna just getting started. Yeah. So what about yeah, Ivanka and like Ivanka is, yeah, they feel a little embarrassed, but I feel like Ivanka and Jared, guys, they're kind of detached emotionally. They all are, like they're not very human either. They have a, and I think there's so much more, in a way they're much more obviously alert than Trump, and they only care about money again. So it's not as if, I don't see that they're affected as much as Trump is affected by it. Okay. So okay, so wow. Okay. So, okay, so the last thing now, let's talk about Ghislaine. Ghislaine, oh, for Ghislaine, oh, sad for her. No, no bail for her. Ah, 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 ah. Oh no, sad for her. So you guys, just remember how I went to at this point I was there. I went to the thing in the Southern District last year. It was actually around this time in summer. So I remember that the same thing. The judge was like, okay, so what do you have? What's the finances are so shady? I can't let you give you bail because what the hell are you, like, they don't know, it's all opaque. Okay, so they don't want to, they didn't obviously, why would they, it's very smart to give her bail. Yeah, very smart. So if she wanted to stay in a hotel, luxury hotel, yeah, can I just go to the Pierre? I need to stay at the Pierre. I just can't stay here. It's not so good for me. I don't feel good. I can afford it. Okay, I don't have to be. I can be confined, but in a better place. No, not that. It's like, can you imagine? So what's up? Okay, so what's up with her? What's going on with her? And guys? And the judge also set a date for the trial. The trial happens in 1 year, July 12th, 2021. So what's going to happen between now and then for her? Okay, so what's up with her? She would say that she was crying, but she was fake crying, kind of like, it's like, oh, like, she doesn't have, she's like, but she's not a nice person. She is. So she's like, oh, crying, like, oh, so sad. Oh. She's crying, like trying to get sympathy or something, but no, she's very unlikable. Okay. She's a party person. Say that she's very in parties. She's very pleasant, but that's it. That's the only conversation you can have with her. She's a party, fun person, but that's it. Okay, so what else? So what happens to her? Okay, let's go. Let's go month by month here. What's happening to her? Yeah, I think, guys, I told you before. I don't know if she's gonna talk necessarily. Okay, at least I told you, she gets the, okay, she stays, I see her like in her cell, not talking, and then she starts to have like a, I don't say a breakdown, she starts to get violent, like throwing the food things at people, or like getting kind of crazy like that, and then getting beaten up by the other female prisoners or something. There's something there. Okay, she's gonna have some sort of roommate, but I just feel like she's very tough. Okay, she's a very tough person. I think eventually she realizes, she's looking for limits. She thinks that she could handle it, but I do think that when it comes to the time of a trial, it could be that she will eventually plead guilty and agree to collaborate, but not now. I don't see it necessarily happening at this point. Okay, so let's see here. So until the end of the year, until, okay, let's say first semester, second semester. So now until the end of this year, and then the next year until the trial. Let's see the two, compare the two and see what's going on with her to see. Okay, so look, the offer, she doesn't take it. Okay, oh, and then left. Oh no, interesting. Tried to walk away. Okay, yeah, that's right. Interesting. So okay, so yeah, look, talking, the bird here talking about the dark stuff. So now, yeah, so it's really like, okay, the work for the man, the work, it's like this is the exposure of the dog, the friend, or the guy, you know, her partners. Okay, so an offer to, it's like, okay, I don't necessarily feel like this is death for her. Okay, tarot is not long. I don't necessarily want to talk about like the death cards, different comparisons, but I feel like there's an offer for her for this thing to end, okay, for things to change. But I think this card, you know, there's an offer, but I feel like I don't think she's considering it now. She doesn't want to talk, okay. And this is again exposure, about the man, okay, the friend or the people that she's close to. The man here, I think this could be Epstein. And the work, here's the that's the, you know, the labor, or you know, the jobs that she did for him. And here is business connect, you know, like success, you know, the successful things she's done. Okay, here success, this is the court, right? So that's the trial. Okay, so then we have, let's see here more, the shady business partners. And then, oh look, unexpected. I have a sense, guys, just from the expression, the big prize. Okay, and then the one is, okay, so what my sense here is that um I see her expressions, stuff comes out that she was not expecting. Okay, I think she, obviously they have more information than she knows than they do, and this is coming out unrelated. Like, it's not something that she herself reveals. It's something that comes out, okay, in that way. Okay, so she has, you see what I'm saying? So it's very upsetting, the stuff that comes out about these the trips. And this could be, that's right, because, you know, guys, this investigation right now is about the island, you know, this, their trips to the island, right? So this is the information about the men, you know, that the stuff, what did she do? And this unexpected here would suggest that she doesn't know about it. Okay, and this could be the revelation about, you know, could be the blackmail. So, you know, we talk about from time to time, it comes out and it's not something that she herself releases, it's something else. Now here is interesting, this is walking away, trying to walk away. She's trying to walk away, okay, and home, try to go home. I don't think she's gonna go home, girl. No. Even if she gets a cut, you know, a sentence, like, I don't think she's gonna leave prison. She could get a better deal. Okay, so talking, she's trying, that's right, she's trying to go home, talking about the dark stuff. Okay, and the guys, you know, doesn't it look like, did you see the photos of their house? You know, remember the house that, you know, in the Virgin Islands? It kind of looks like it a little bit. Okay, that far, this is could be the White House, but I don't think it is. I think it's about her life there with Epstein and all those things. Okay, it could even be, you know, again, I think I'm more getting a sense of like she's explaining the business and what she did. Okay, and here is the deal, you know, the deals, the success that she had. Here's the court. So she, oh interesting, this is it, of course, success with the court. In other words, she's talking because she wants a deal, to cut a deal with the court. Okay, big prize, the money. Okay, so this is a card about money, and here is there, she's upside down, so her role in the money scheme. Okay, and there she is again. Oh, guys, that's right, this could be, there's two women cards here. I do think it's her. Okay, but it could be also about the other women, the girls. Okay, so the stolen, I think this is gossip, negative gossip. So she has to talk about the money laundering and how she, you know, how she's done it. She has to come clean. And I don't know, I think, but you know what, guys, she's the kind of the good thing about the situation here is that she's lived such a life of privilege that she has never witnessed. She It breaks her. Prison really will break somebody like her, because she's like, she's lived a life of great luxury and she's not. And guys, you have to remember the whole thing. I'm not saying that it was just because of money. There's more there, but I think she lost everything when her dad died, because he had stolen money from the pension. You know, Robert Maxwell, right? He had this newspaper, and when he dies, people realize that he was stealing the money that was supposed to be the retirement fund for the employees. Okay, so when that happened, they lost everything because they didn't have anything to be, you know, at that stage, it was all dead. So So then she meets Epstein, and he is a wealthy guy that can give the stuff she give her the stuff she lost. Okay, and that's why she get not just the reason why, but that's I think clearly one of the big reasons why she likes to have money, a lot of money, and she doesn't want to work. She wants to do this. Like she want to get. Let's not even describe the things that she's done for money, but to get the money. But I feel like it's this is that she's the type of person like that is her worst nightmare. It's not that like nobody would love to be in that position, obviously, but for her, that is like everything in her life has been about not being in that position. Like the last thing she wants to be, she's like, I need a luxury. Her identity is so tied with in money, and her sense of self worth is all about who she knows and how many houses she has, and how obviously she doesn't care how she got what she did to get there. So that I think it's possible, but not now. I feel like she for a while she's gonna be a tough girl, and then once things change, then she's like, oh, maybe I should like once she I do think that if hopefully people start going down, there's justice for other, more indictments and so forth, she starts to realize that things changed, and it's not gonna those people are not gonna be able to help her out as much as she thought. Okay, so she's gonna eventually do the best she can because she doesn't like it there. No, no, she's very popular, no. And guys, imagine, like, especially I don't know what female prisons are like, but women in general are not going to be happy that she abused girls. Like, I don't think it's going to be she's going to make her very popular there. No, somehow I kind of feel like it's not. No, it's not. So so I feel like, and I see here, guys, that she's going to try to negotiate going to a better prison or going to like a less, like, not medium secure, like, because she's with some rough people, what I'm saying? So oh, I'm sad for her. Sad for her, no? Sad for her. I'm sad for her. I am. Hmm. Very sad for her. So this is it, guys. Today, there were a lot of topics, so many topics, but I was able to. I'm glad. I'm glad we could. Wow, cover this. Okay, okay. The only thing. Okay, there's one left, and then I go. Just because there. Okay, so I don't even want to. I care to know about this guy too much, but just since I put it, do you remember, guys, Gorka, Sebastian Gorka? So he had a job. He now has a job. Trump gave a job for him. Has job. It's the whole thing is such a joke. Okay, so but the guy is such a nasty, like, whatever. What do you even say? So what's up with Sebastian Gorka? Hmm? What, and the guy? I mean, what do we say to that guy? He's so corrupt. He's like he's like some Hungarian spy. Who knows what the hell that guy is? But what's up with that guy? I mean, come on. Think about it, but guys. Trump is so stupid. He allows these people. He gets close to these people. Oh my God, what the hell? So okay, what's up with this guy Gorka? I can't even like take him seriously. Okay. Oh, new beginning for him. Oh, uh oh, uh oh, uh oh. There's problemos. Oh no, defeated. He thinks it's a new start, but it's not, Trash. Not so fast. No, we have here swords for you, Trash. Oh yeah. Uh huh. Not so fast. Not so fast. Mm. Oh, happy secrets. Oh, look, not good for him, guys. Suddenly, stuff is gonna go bad for him. It's funny because here he's happy. Right now, he's very happy. In the beginning for him, but there are some shady secrets that are coming out. They're gonna look, two weapons, guys, cutting him. Swords and the scythe. It looks like a horror film. Sorry, Gorka. Bad for you, huh? Oh, look, foreign. That's right. He's foreign somewhere. Oh, look, the White House. Waiting. Oh, guys, maybe he is definitely connected to some sort of foreign power. Okay, okay. So what else? Oh no. Oh, absent. I have go. I have going. Oh no. I have go. There he is. Oh no. Oh no. Yeah. So guys, this is a card of intercepts. Okay. So there's like I think he's caught on intelligence. You know what I mean? Intercepts or something like recorded or like messages or something. The connection to the foreign power. I feel like he was hoping for a new start, but then either somebody has to go or he has to go. Okay, you see the car here absent, and then there was a message. He receives a message, and here is a secret. There's stuff that's like he's waiting for something that's secret. Okay, and here is the White House. Fun, interesting, pleasant. Like Yeah, okay, so what else? Yeah, so here is, yeah, that's Quid Pro Quo. He's waiting, but it's like he's waiting for this thing and it falls apart and everything. It's like, guys, I feel like he receives also the stuff that the party thing. He is pretending to be somebody he's not. I think it's more like he's exposed for what it is, and I think it's fast. Okay, he falls quickly. I feel like, okay, so after this whole thing falls, okay, so what happens to him? He's like, no. I think he's I see him receiving messages or communications from this foreign country. He's like, yeah, we're getting this, we're getting that. And he's okay, he's connected to those European like far right people, okay? But I think the FBI is onto him. Oh guys, and I see him going to board a flight and then they take him. Are you going somewhere? Sir? Come over here. You. Come over here. Gorka? Is your name Gorka? I know I don't have to talk to you right now. Can you come over here? I see in passport control, they have the thing. Please, sir, can you step to the right? Thank you, thank you. So, so then I see handcuffed there, like he's trying to. At some point, he's going to try to leave country. Not to live in country. No, no, not to live in country. What happens? Not living? Oh. So that's information. Okay, so guys, I'm gonna go. This is good, huh? This is good. This is good, huh? This is good. Yeah. So okay, so very cool. So I'm gonna go, but this was interesting information. A lot of information today. Huh? Hmm? Okay, so I see you Friday, okay? So I hope you have a good evening, remaining of evening, and we'll talk later. This was a lot, guys, no, but it was good. It was good. I enjoyed myself. I hope you did too. Okay, bye. See you later.